This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
I love every time I get together with her, I see things in a different way. And she inspires us to be creative in some ways. And everybody's got drama in their lives. A lot of times the word drama just sounds bad. Like we got something bad going on here. We got drama. But no, that's a story. There's always a story with everything in your life. And sometimes those stories can help you overcome some challenges. We're going to talk with a registered drama therapist today and learn a lot. We're going to try a little exercise here, something a little bit different. Sally Bailey is back with us. How's everything in your world today?
It's great. It's wonderful. And I'm glad to be here.
So good to have you back here. I mean, I know you have some props. I'm not even sure what we're going to be doing, but in the past, you've showed us masks, you've showed us puppets, and these are things that are used in performances to allow people, and correct me if I'm not getting this right, allow people to express themselves and work them through situations that may be challenging them, right?
Oh, yes. And it's a distanced way of doing it so that you don't feel very threatened, but you can express very deep feelings without feeling vulnerable in a too
Yeah.
much.
You
I mean,
know,
you
it comes
always
from,
feel vulnerable when you share something, but not like, oh, now I feel shame and I have to go away.
and you know, that's a great point. In my understanding, and that's been recently, shame is the lowest vibration. That's on the scale of things from the bottom to the top in our lives, with maybe joy being number one, like that's where you want to be, love underneath that, shame. And I always thought it was sadness. Shame is the bottom, the bottom of the bottom. Um, I love the way you do what you do in that it allows us to anytime like when the masks came out, you had the puppets and all of that. We always gravitate toward the things we know. So if we're going to give it a scenario, a voice, a situation, is it true that a lot of times we ride on our past? It's not like a fresh thing. It's within us, and a lot of
Well,
times what we
it
need to
could
come out
be
comes out.
it could be your past or it could be how you're feeling right now.
Okay. Yeah. But it's you.
Yeah, but it's you. Yeah, it's not somebody else. And so it will bring you into the room as opposed to, some mask or some other thoughts that aren't really you.
Give us before we go into this exercise, give us an example of somebody that you worked with that was very closed and you would never ever imagine that they would open up to express themselves. Anybody, and it was beautiful once that started happening, and therapy ensued and maybe some healing. Anybody stand out for you?
Oh,
No
yes.
names, obviously.
Yes. When I was working with recovering drug addicts, um, I had a guy who never talked in groups and he never talked in his individual sessions with his counselor. He was in drama. He participated. It's not like he refused to participate, but he was very quiet. And he was a little bit older than the other people in the group. And one day I said, well, why are you getting into trouble? He said, I'm in trouble, with my counselor. And I said, well, why are you getting into trouble? He said, I just don't talk about how I feel. And I said, well,
Mm.
why can't you do that? And he said, well, because I don't even know my emotions. And I said, well, we can meet them here in drama. Do you want to meet your emotions?
Wow.
And he said, sure, I guess. And I said, okay, pick somebody in the group to be happiness. And he picked somebody. And then I said, pick somebody to be sadness. And he picked somebody. And I said, pick somebody to be anger. And he picked somebody. And then we picked another emotion too. I don't remember what it was. So we had four different people, and they had all felt those emotions before. So they knew what role they were playing. And I said, well, just talk to one of them, and they'll just tell you things about themselves. And then maybe you can talk more about them later on. So he did. He talked to sadness, and sadness said a bunch of things that were about him, also about the person who was talking, playing sadness. And he talked to happiness, and he talked to anger, and we did all the different emotions. And then he, I said, do you have anything else you want to ask them? And he said, no, no, this was a lot. I really learned a lot about myself. And so then we, finished that exercise. And he was able to then talk in groups and talk in his individual sessions, because he suddenly had a grasp on his emotions. I mean,
Wow.
he knew that they could tell him things. He never thought happiness could tell him something, or that anger could tell him something. And of course, all of our emotions, they're there to tell us something about either the environment we're in or what we're doing. Are we doing something that's dangerous? Maybe we're feeling fear. I think fear was maybe the fourth emotion that he had. And it was transformative. And then he participated a lot after that in drama, but he participated across the board. And so he had been in trouble of being kicked out of the program because he hadn't been doing anything. And suddenly he was right in there and started to grow. And it was just, yeah, I had goosebumps when it
Wow.
was happening.
Do you feel, Sally, that giving them identities allowed him to disconnect from it so we could deal with it?
Hmm.
Mm.
Because it was just too overwhelming to pick one emotion. I mean, I think he felt lots of things all the time, and he was able to just focus on one. And they were really focused on being true to their role, and saying and that they were his emotions and they cared about him. Oh, I really feel very sad when you ignore me. And he would go, really? You do? Oh, yes. I'm I'm here for you all the time. I mean, so he never thought the things that were going on inside of him were things that cared about him. He just thought they were things that maybe hated him. I don't know.
Yeah, like his enemy.
Yeah,
Mm.
especially those uncomfortable feelings.
Yeah, yeah. It's I had a hypnotherapy, done it, a number of times. And one exercise is where it's like watching TV. Like you're watching the younger you on TV, where I needed to confront my younger self. And I said, it was like I saw me, and then I saw my younger self, like a 10-year-old right there in front of me. And I needed to tell my younger self that I got you. I will always be there for you. You never have to worry. I'm there for you. I got you. Powerful, emotional. It's almost like the same thing where
Yes.
I didn't give me an identity because I had one, but I was seeing myself there. And that's where, a lot of the issues come from our childhood.
And you needed to hear it from yourself.
Yes.
And in
Yes.
drama therapy, we could, if we were doing that, we could have you role reverse with somebody who was being the younger you, and then you would be the
Mm,
younger you, and the other person would be you today, and you would get to hear it, not just say it, but you would get to hear it as well. And
mm.
that's really like getting a huge hug.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be honest with you. Even when I just said that to you, a piece of me just went like, oh, like
Yeah.
emotional. Like it's
Yeah.
still like in a good way. In
Yeah.
a good way. Do you now this is with hypnotherapy, a lot of the stuff you're connecting with your subconscious. Do you think in drama therapy that's actually going on as well?
Oh,
Like
I
what?
think so. Yeah.
I think so too. Exactly what you just said. If I would have done that, not in hypnotherapy, but quote unquote acted it out, where now I'm the younger self, now I'm the older self. We're talking to each other. Where are you pulling from? It's got to come from somewhere. So it's
Yeah.
coming from your subconscious.
Yeah, and if you do happen to use another person, they are there in service of you. So they're going to be listening very closely to what you're saying so that they can reword it back to you.
When you say another person, you mean another person?
Well, yeah, if this is you and this is another person, maybe you start as the you today and speak to your younger self what your younger self needed to hear, and then you would switch roles, places, and can't do that. Can't, arms don't go backwards. But then you would become the younger you, and the person who was the younger you is the older you, and they can say what you said. Sometimes,
So
if it's
interesting.
simple, it might be they would say the exact words, but certainly they would say something similar. And I would be standing right there to coach them if they were leaving something really important out.
Well, would you ever do it this way? Like, let's say we're going back to Steve's childhood. Steve is going to play the part of himself as a 10-year-old. Sally is going to be Steve at his current age. Would that possibly take place?
Yeah,
Oh, wow, cool. Huh,
absolutely. Yeah.
wow. Yeah, I can't remember when you refer to yourself by your name, and I've heard quite a number of people do this, and I've heard it can be very impactful. I don't know if it's third person, so if I were to say right now, um, Steve is feeling encouraged. Steve is feeling a little fatigued right now. A nap would be great. Steve had a very busy week. I'm just making this up. Um, is that also a way to release the connection to yourself so that you can let things flow easier?
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's another distancing technique where
Okay.
it's flowing from you, it's going through the third person you,
Yep.
Steve.
Yep.
And it goes through a different place in the brain. There was a really cool research project done
Hmm.
on some actors in Canada about, I don't know, 7 years ago. And they were doing brain scans. And the actors were in Romeo and Juliet. And so they would have the women speak as Juliet. So she was a character who was not herself. They would have her speak as herself, as if this was really happening to her. And then they would have her speak as a third person or a friend. And the parts of the brain that were working, that were online when she was a character and not herself, but a friend. Wait, no, if it, yeah, wait, okay. I'm getting confused. If she's the character and the friend, yeah, we're in a different place than when she was speaking as herself.
I love, how did you describe that before? Distancing. Was it
Yes,
distancing?
distancing. And
Yeah.
that's one of the core concepts of drama therapy. It's one of the really healing things. And if somebody gets overwhelmed, you can do something to bring in distance. It might be a puppet. It might be you bring the person out of the scene and say, let's watch the scene, and you can direct it. And we'll let somebody else be you.
Mm.
So there's all kinds of ways of adding and switching roles. Doing a role reversal is another way to distance.
Where you would, like we just said, you would be, if I'm the younger me, you're the older me. And then we could reverse
Hmm.
and see what that sounds and
And
looks
that you
like.
always reverse back again to what you were originally doing,
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
because that helps you get back into yourself more.
So, do I have this right? If we started um, therapy, production, however you want to phrase it. I'm my younger self. You're my older self.
I
Um,
would start you out as your older self because you have more knowledge about
true,
what you need.
true,
And
true.
then I'd role reverse you into your younger self so that you could hear it. And then I'd reverse you back to yourself right now.
So, in order for you, the part of Steve's younger self is being played by Sally Bailey. I don't know if you remember, like TV shows like that, they put that at the beginning. The part of would you get info from me in order to better play the younger me?
Yes, I would.
It's like you would just know, all right, so maybe you'd ask a little, 1 minute fact finding mission. Tell me about your childhood. What was it like? Okay, well, Sally, I got bullied. This is true. My parents got divorced when I was much younger. I was a fat kid, never got picked for, anything. No dodgeball, anything like that. My therapy was drawing cartoons back in the day, that kind of thing. I would give you that info, and then that would better arm you to be me.
Right. Yes.
Okay, interesting.
And that's
Wow,
called the interview. You interview somebody who doesn't know the person as well,
gotcha.
and then they'll get more info when the person speaks
Yeah,
and
yeah,
tells them.
yep.
And then they feel like they know the person really well, and they kind of do
This is
because
really cool.
they've seen things from that person's perspective because they've been that person.
This is, the more we talk about this, it comes clearer, and it's actually in a weird way excitingly fun because it's revealing things, but it's still fun. There's not it,
Yes.
and yes, it can get a little heavy, a little emotional here and there, but it doesn't sound like it always would be that way. It's more of a, you know, playing a game of, I don't know, tennis basketball where, I throw the ball to you, you're throwing it back to me. We're kind of working together on something. Um, Seems like it would be constructively fun.
Yes. And that's why I love it so much.
Yeah, I
You
see
know,
that. I'm seeing it even more and more. Yeah. What do you got with you? What'd you bring with you?
oh, what I brought were some pictures because sometimes to warm up, to get started, you might want people to pick a picture that has something to do with how they're feeling in the moment. And that will bring them into the moment in the room. And then maybe you might do some other activities with them, but like this is a picture. Well, let me hold it up.
Which it looks like, and it's a probably from the 40s or 50s,
Hmm.
black and white picture of a man running next to railroad tracks, holding a jacket, and it looks like his valise, his briefcase, up in the air, and he looks happy.
And he
Oh,
also
looks
is
like he may have missed the train.
running. Yeah, he may have missed the train.
See, okay, this is fantastic. Okay,
So, if you were pretending to be him, what would you be saying?
well, here's the deal. This is very interesting. I first saw that as he's happy. So he's like, yeah, it's Friday. I'm done with work. Yay, all right. But if you look at it in another way, he could be saying, I can't believe I missed the train. Come back, come back. I got to be to work by 9:43. Come back. Hey, what are you doing? It's you could see it in both ways, but my first, I don't
Hmm.
know if it means anything, but my first was riding on the joy, the I'm free for the weekend, that kind of it's
And I
interesting
think,
what comes up.
yeah, a lot of pictures can do that, which is
Wow.
why they're so interesting. And whatever it is that you see first, that's what you want to go with.
That's what I went with.
Hmm.
It's so interesting.
Because he does, and nobody's ever done that before, but he could be because he does look, if I look at his face,
Right?
he does look like it's Friday.
Yeah.
Hooray!
He looks happy, but then again, that could be just him about to verbal yell, like, come back, train. I need you. I need to get to work, whatever. Um, let's do another one. That was really weird.
Um, oh, I like this one.
Okay, so again, these are all like nostalgia photos, black and white. This one looks like easily 40s, maybe 30s. Looks like probably a boy with a cap on. He's got a jacket on. He's holding a little tiny puppy. He's got this very peering look in his eyes, no smile. And it's my first thing, I'm going to tell you, it's almost as if he's looking at us saying, you will love this puppy, or I will put you in your place. That's what I'm
Yeah.
getting. Yeah. What do you get?
I just get, I love this puppy so much. This puppy is just incredibly important to me.
I'm not getting that. I
You
mean,
know,
yes, yes, the puppy's important, the way he's holding the puppy. He just has a more determined look than a uh, joyful look on his face.
I do see that. I definitely see that. Yeah.
I'm not even trying it, but I'm writing on the more fun side. Like you see this puppy right here? You will love this puppy. Or we're gonna have it out. I'm gonna
He's
take care
coming
of you.
home. I don't
Yeah.
care.
And that too. Yeah. Interesting. It's funny how we interpret.
Yeah, and on different days, people will see different things in the cards, so you can use them more than once.
True.
And then everybody in the group will pick a card, and maybe they'll just sit down and write a monologue, or they'll write down the story of what's happening, and then share that with the group. Or they might just say, uh, I was late today, and this is how I felt as I tried to get to group on time.
Yep. Yep. Hmm. It's a this if I labeled this exercise, it's called what's the story? What's the story?
I think that's a great name for this exercise.
Like, because everything there's a story in everything. So each one of those pictures, we don't know the story. We're assuming it, or we're
Mhm.
interpreting what we think it might be. Let's do another one. Can we do that?
Oh, okay. This is, I think, a fun one.
I don't even know where to go with that. So it's an old school scale, and there's a white rat, almost like it could even
Nice.
be my
Cat.
right my mouse.
Yeah.
Let's go there. Rats are not usually viewed as positive.
Right.
Looks like it could be in a lab or it could be anywhere. And the white mouse is looking up at the scale and trying to read what it says. Um, even though like uh, uh it- cheese this is it cheese put that much weight on me. No. Like,
It could be. How much do I weigh? I weigh
right,
that?
yeah, wow, it's these are cute funny pictures too. At least I'm thinking they're funny.
Oh,
The,
yeah.
the man missing the train, maybe not funny if you look at it that way.
But you want to have a whole variety of pictures
Yep.
that if somebody is sad, they can pick up a pensive picture and say, this is how I feel. Or they may interpret a picture that is not necessarily sad as sad because that's how they feel.
Right.
And it just helps them get in touch with that feeling.
I just looked up at the clock, not the scale, but the clock.
Uh-huh.
And we're out of time, just about out of time. I honestly, that was the fastest podcast I've ever done, Sally. It felt like there was an eighth of the time went by. Like I'm like, yeah, show another picture. Let's do another. That was actually insightful and interesting.
And that's kind of how a drama therapy group feels. People
Wow.
go, it's over already? No, no, it was 10 minutes.
Right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't, deep and negative and, but it reveals like tomorrow I could look at the same pictures, might be in a different mood and I might write on maybe a little negative side. Who knows doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Wow.
Because whatever you feel is how you feel, and that's okay.
Yeah. In the
All
moment.
emotions are needed.
Hmm. So interesting. Like seriously, this was, I knew drama therapy was important, but now I'm seeing it in terms of releasing what's within and
Hmm.
how it can be easily done.
Yeah, it's not hard to do it if you have the right tools and how to use them, know how to
and
use them.
and the right therapist.
Well,
Uh, what's your website? I know you got a great website. You're located in Kansas, Manhattan, Kansas.
yes,
But everybody want to pick your brain. Maybe they're trying to do something like this here or wherever. How do they find you?
they can go to my website at www.dramatherapycentral.com.
Thank you for being an advocate worldwide for drama therapy.
Well, it needs to be known so that people can go get drama therapy
Yeah,
and feel better about themselves and know more about themselves.
100%. And even the example of me, the younger me in hypnotherapy, yeah, it was impactful. It worked. Never realized that the same thing could be potentially accomplished with drama therapy. Wow.
Hmm.
Good stuff. Powerful. Thank you for today. Really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. We'll talk soon. We'll be right back.
Okay.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.